guys, it's Joanie from simplelivingmama.com again, and today I am doing a video on our homeschool portfolio. So this is actually the very first homeschool portfolio that I've put together. When I lived in Arkansas, we didn't have to keep records. We didn't have to keep attendance. We didn't have to keep anything. Now, that being said, with my father's world, you naturally keep notebooks of your work. So at the end of the school year, I would take all of the pages that the kids completed from my father's world and bind them into a completed notebook portfolio. Here where we live now in Alabama, all we have to submit is attendance, but especially now that I'm pulling in various other resources, I kind of want one solid portfolio of work to keep as a sample of the kids' learning. So I'm going to show you, I haven't totally finished the homeschool portfolio for this year. This is just the only time that I have to make this video, so I'm going to show you what I've got so far, kind of tell you my plans moving forward, and also show you some of the other notebooks that we keep in our homeschool. So if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. My kids are screaming in the other room. My husband's got them, so if you hear them in the background, they're fine. They're just, y'all know, if you've been around this channel, y'all know my kids are loud. Okay, that's just how it is. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys the homeschool portfolio stuff. Oh yes, what I was saying. If you don't mind all of that, please give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to our channel. And yeah, we share lots of fun homeschool life videos. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. It's the end of the day, so meh, I'm tired. But I'm gonna show you guys the portfolio. Right, and I do apologize about the lighting in here. It is dark outside right now, so I don't have the best lighting. I just have, I think this is probably a 2-inch 3-ring binder. This is what I'm using to hold our portfolio stuff. I got this homeschool portfolio printable from Bless My Budget, and it actually has lots of different dividers you can print as well. I didn't print those. It has a PE log, a book log, all that kind of stuff too, if you'd like to have that. I just have the cover, and I think it does have like a graduation printable as well that I think I'm going to use for each kiddo. I haven't gotten around to getting that done yet, but I printed the cover. Haven't filled out all the information, but I will do that in a bit. Okay, so the first thing, if you have seen my DIY homeschool planner, you will notice a few pages from that planner, and then I put them in here. So here was our school calendar. Green were school days, and then purple were vacation days, and then we ended up having to go a little bit longer because we took some other days off, and you know, it all ended up adding up. Attendance, got that. Now, I did go ahead and make a list of the different resources that we used for this school year for our group subjects. So I have, you know, what we used for Bible, what we used for Spanish, what we used for geography. I did not break those down into the individual books. If I were thinking ahead, I would do that at the beginning of the school year. But since I did all of this afterwards, I just thought, oh, I'll just look back at, you know, the teacher's manual if I need to have a record of the books. I didn't feel it was important. I wrote down what we used for our morning time stuff, which was the homeschool garden, and which units we completed with the homeschool garden. Books we used for art, music, some more art, and then Shakespeare, another music class that the kids took, and then what we used for nature and nature study, what we used for science, what we used for health and life skills, and then all of the read alouds that we completed this year. So I went ahead and I made, you know, all of that known. This this is a list of the field trips that we took, and I'm going to cover it up because it does have some personal information that I don't really want to share with everyone. I just put in a sample lesson plan. This was It's funny because this one's only planned out till Wednesday. Guys, honestly, me trying to write down specific lesson plans like this just does not work for us. It just doesn't. I don't know why I keep trying to do this, but I do. Really, we just do the next thing, whatever. It might not end up being on Tuesday. It might end up being on Thursday when we get to it. So anyway, I started off the year trying to do all of that, and so I put a sample of that in there. I did mother culture sheets, so I didn't do one for every month like I probably should have, but I did the ones that I did fill out. I went ahead and I put in here just to have as my reference to look back on, because it's good to sit and reflect every month, but yeah, I didn't do it every single month. Oh well. Okay, and then each of my kids have a tab for the work that I wanted to save. So at the front, for my independent readers, I have a book log. This was in my DIY planner, and then I just have some samples of work. And like I said, I'm still working on this, so I'm not even finished. Another thing we have to get better about doing is putting the dates on our pages. Yeah, we haven't been doing that, so that's not good. But yeah, I just have some samples, so, you know, some geography pages, some handwriting pages. With math, he does teaching textbooks, so I printed out the grade book for that. And yeah, he's the one that I have the least amount of stuff done. So I will fill in some of his language arts pages and some of his artwork, stuff like that. Okay, and then for my daughter, same kind of thing, her book list, samples of her copy work. She does a lot more artsy stuff, so I have one of her drawings here, and then like a whole packet of some of her artwork that she completed. And I still need to add in her math and her language arts pages. And then for my kindergartner, I have one of these pages for each of my kids. I just got to pull them out of the bigger kids' notebooks to put in their section. But I have that he completed at the beginning of the year. Then I just have a couple of samples of his worksheets from math, and I'm going to have to fix that so it stays in there. But I have one from the beginning of the book, one from the middle, and then one from the end, just to kind of show progression. He doesn't always complete the bonus activities, which is okay. And then I have, he didn't always do geography with us. This is from Beautiful Feet Books, actually. But here's one time that he did do geography with us, so I put that in here. And then some of his work. This came from one of our book studies that I do with my younger kids. So this was If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and we learned about mice. And I know, I don't remember if I said something about it in a blog. It may have been a blog, or it may have been on my blog, but this particular child actually has rescued 2 field mice. So he got to bring that story to life with some real mice. He actually brought them in my house, put them in an old hamster cage, and brought them back from the brink of death from our cats. So yeah, that was interesting. And then some of his science work. He didn't do a ton of science work, actual written down science work. This kid learned a ton, but he didn't write it all down. A lot of it's just oral, which is totally fine, especially for this age. But some of the things that he did, this is one thing that I put in the notebook, and then I'll talk to you guys about it in just a second, but my kids have a separate science notebook, and then that is his artwork. I put it in another one of these sleeves, and then this super cute certificate of completion, pretty much his graduation certificate from the Good and the Beautiful. I'm going to put that in a sleeve as well for him. Here's one of his things that he did. He made a penguin. So cute. Okay, so that's pretty much how it is. It's just a bibliography of what we used. One of the things I didn't do was I probably should have written down a bibliography for each one of the kids and their specific curriculum. I'll probably add that one in. Okay, and as far as the other stuff, you'll notice that there wasn't a lot of writing in there. There wasn't a lot of science in there, and not a lot of their history/geography. You know, we did geography this year, not history. So first of all, my kids keep a journal, and I didn't want to rip it up. So each year they get a journal, and that's where they do their copy work. So this was my daughter's. She has her copy work in here. Other things she wanted to write, perfectly fine, drawings, stuff like that. So that's something that they do that I don't want to tear apart, and it's just in one of these, composition notebooks. So that keeps their Bible verses that they write down and any other copy work that I want them to do that isn't something that I've printed. So there's that. And then there is this notebook. This is the geography notebook from My Father's World. Right now it's all in a binder, and see, there's her All About Me page, and it's kind of messy, but what I'm planning to do is taking it out of the binder and then just comb binding it to keep it as one big notebook for them. So it has well, she didn't write that vocabulary. Guys, she did not like the fact that most of these drawings were of boys, so she tried to turn them into girls and give them hair and pink clothes and stuff. She said that she wanted to see more girls, so that's why it looks like that, and that'll be something funny to look back on when she's older, I guess. So the maps, the stuff when we try to do properties of ecosystems is in here. That looks like a science page. So a lot of her science pages from Living World and properties of ecosystems are in here. All of these vocab pages. Yeah, all of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just bind it myself, and it'll be a separate book. So each time one of the kids completes one of the units from My Father's World, they will have a separate notebook for that. I know it's going to seem like I have a ton of notebooks for everybody, but I think it's just a cute, see, she gave him a dress. Oh, I love her. That one she was happy with. So yeah, she's my artistic one, so you'll see lots of color in her stuff. My sons are not so much into all of that. So that is that. And then we have science notebooks, and these are going to be ongoing, and these include mostly the Good and the Beautiful stuff, science journal stuff. So we did do a space unit last summer. We didn't get finished with it, but we did Apologia's astronomy course. So she has her stuff from Apologia, her notebooking pages that we completed with them in here. So that's the first section of her science notebook. Now, like I said, this is ongoing, so we're going to keep filling this up until it's full. And then she did put some of her Living World encyclopedia stuff and properties of ecosystems in here. And then arthropod stuff is in here. And then, yeah, we did quite a bit with arthropods. And then marine biology is the last unit that we did. So she has all of her stuff for that in there. And then when we start our science units next year, we'll just put another divider in here and then start the next one. And she'll just have, all of my kids actually, they all will have ongoing science notebooks. Also, one of the things that I forgot to bring in here, the kids each have a binder for their writings, their stories and writings, and those are also ongoing, so we'll just keep filling them up until they're full. And that's something that you do with the Good and the Beautiful language arts courses, is you keep a binder of beautiful stories and writings. So that's where all of their writings are. So yeah, that's it. That is how I am doing homeschool portfolios. I will be taking apart this geography notebook and binding it up. Now, they will start a timeline notebook this coming school year, since we're doing My Father's World, Creation to the Greeks. I haven't decided I'm not sure if that's something that's ongoing or if we finish it every school year. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I'll have to take a closer look at my teacher's manual to figure that one out. But so far, that's how we are doing everything. I hope you guys are having a great day and you've gotten this all figured out. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment box below. I will have a link to my oh gosh guys, it's late and I'm tired. I will have a link to my blog post that corresponds with this video in the description box below, which I will link to this homeschool portfolio printable. It's free, and talk a little bit more about how we're doing homeschool portfolios. So happy homeschooling, y'all. Bye.